A fear of myself. My life is full of darkness. You may think so too. Sometimes you'll find I'm different. Don't lie to me. It's true. You hate me and I know it. It makes me die inside. But you don't seem to get it, because all I do is hide. You say that you're sorry. You lie to me again. You don't realize that I know. I know you aren't my friend. After all, as you lay dying, I'll be standing tall. You shouldn't have been so awful and made me feel so small. I look at the blade and then at your face. Death slowly takes you with its cold embrace. But then I see what I have done. My heart is beating like a drum. You didn't deserve this. I'm sorry, I swear. Maybe you loved me. Maybe you cared. It's times like this, I don't know why. I drop the mirror, I start to cry. But then I smile slowly, because I knew. I may have ended myself, but at least I finished you. Duality consumed my mind. I felt my own blood as we died. Slowly, softly, I slipped away. Not to be tormented, not for one more day. Maybe now I don't have my health, but at least I have defeated that fear of myself. The Ballad of Loneliness. With your life on the edge, broken and beaten by hunger, I solemnly made a pledge to treat you like a brother. You likened yourself to a sickness, that you were nothing short of a sin. Your name was Loneliness, and I was Tyrant. What spiteful words, tossed around like a toy, calming you down took a while, but did my heart jump with joy when I saw a month-old smile. It had started to rain, with it broth forths of your curse. You were in agonizing pain from an outsider source, with my best friend covered in a wound with blood. It had not failed to give you my best. With warm tears my eyes started to flood when I realized that you had been put to rest. In the light of a dying moon, I knew that I was your only friend. As you walked to your tomb, I knew that this would not be the end. And although you coexisted with strife, behind self-hatred, you were compassionate. You lived a short life, filled with neglect and abandonment. I cannot begin to imagine the pain you've been through, and although nothing has changed since, I won't, and I will never leave you. Good night, my little prince. Immaterial. A single shard of liquid metal robs you from infinity. Like the meridian iron, your identity trickles away into the cold earth. Dust coats of quivering flesh that was once your corpse. Immaterial. The spinning cosmos were a mere reflection in the shattered shards of your spent being. A thunder wells across the stars, that swirling pool of slow-burnt diamonds. A cosmic storm of brilliant light, fluid and beautiful in the Stygian void. Immaterial. You lie and remember the days you had and the days you could have had. Stolen from you by fate or destiny, or some far-off god. Immaterial. All the people you hurt, all the mistakes you made drain away into the sand. Rivers of red, like the architecture of forgotten prophecies. Again, you become a part of an ungraspable, inescapable past. Immaterial. the Gashly Crumb Tinies. A is for Amy, who fell down the stairs. B is for Basil, assaulted by bears. C is for Claire, who wasted away. D is for Desmond, thrown out of the sleigh. E is for Ernest, who choked on a peach. F is for Fanny, sucked dry by a leech. G is for George, smothered under a rug. H is for Hector, done in by a thug. I is for Ida, who drowned in a lake. J is for James, who took lie by mistake. K is for Kate, who struck with an axe. L is for Leo, who swallowed some tacks. M is for Maud, who was swept out at sea. N is for Neville, who died of ennui. O is for Olive, run through with an awl. P is for Prue, trampled flat in a brawl. Q is for Quentin, who sank in a mire. R is for Rhoda, consumed by a fire. S is for Susan, who perished of fits. T is for Titus, who blew into bits. U is for Una, who slipped down a drain. V is for Victor, squashed under a train. W is for Wayne, embedded in ice. X is for Xerxes, devoured by mice. Y is for Yorick, whose head was bashed in. And Z is for Zilla, who drank too much gin. One little movement. To your left, to your right. Under the table, out of sight. Right next to you, watching, waiting. Now you're on the floor, crying, shaking. All who read this turned out dead. Remember, you just have to turn your head. Only one lived, the rest succumbed. Under his presence, their bodies numbed. Now your body will never be found. Damn, all you had to do was turn around. Poetry of Fear. What is behind the curtains of darkness, upon where minds lost afar? Collections of imagination blitz upon the walls in black. To the shadows I stare, evil is no less. When the heavens go black, and the moon goes as your light, to look far beyond to the stars at night, being from beyond where our knowledge plausibly could reach, there is something out there, heard myself as I preach. Now tell me, darkness, what horrors could you offer? As I stare into darkness in the poetry of fear, where in black as it stood, where less is shown, this is my poetry of fear. I fear the unknown. All in the execution. It would be a lie if I told you I wasn't known. My appearance is all that needs to be shown, to sadden the hearts of many. There was a time when I was all the rage. Of course, that was a different age, when life was way more simple. I could get away with anything that would make the people sing, with cries of cheers and agony. The excitement in the crowds would mount. It would all start with a single shout, before exploding in a singular ripple. Despite this occurring quite so often, it was something simply not forgotten by all of the spectators. But when everything was over, when I no longer received an official order, I was locked away forever. Even to this day they fear me and my lack of mercy, for I am the king of all eradicators. Although I no longer have a use, I shall return, make no excuse. My reign still isn't over. Sincerely, the Guillotine. Summer nights. The sun goes down once again, allowing another day to end. Beginning another quiet night, this one doesn't feel quite right. Dogs barking is distant, crickets' chirps persistent. Traffic hums from far away, a tapping at the window pane. Curtains closed and blinds are down, attempting to avoid the frown. That frown you saw right by the door, staring as if it wanted more. More of what I couldn't have. A frown that didn't seem so sad. The angry thing stands by the window. Can't you see it through the curtains? You look away and try not to care. Make it think you're not aware. Don't do this, though. It likes to hide, especially when it comes inside. Despite your religious views, you pray it isn't here, that it isn't behind the chair. Close your eyes to pray once more. Now you see it on the floor. Stop crawling, please stop crawling now. Stop crawling to the edge of the couch. Pull up the covers, hide your face, dream about a better place. The sun is risen. A summer day begins. You fought the nightmare, took the win. The couch is warm, but the wind is cold. You could have sworn the window was closed. And why is your blanket not on you now? It's across the room and on the ground. Could it have been the thing that frowns?